A shuttle full of middle-aged colonists have arrived to help us generate some vital research points, and the very first lichen have started to grow on the Martian surface. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Surviving Mars Green Planet in our Red Winter series. So we are waiting for Dragon number 1 to fill up with rare metals, which should be a relatively quick process. We can export those and make a good amount of money for that, which will then be handy for... I mean, we could do a couple of things with that. We could buy some additional research from Earth, or we could buy some additional resources just to make sure that we don't run out anytime soon. So there's some different options that we have available to us. The nicest thing about these middle-aged folks that have joined us, though, is we now have some working in the Hawking Institute to help us get through the very, very long research amplification research project. It's taking a long time. But once that's done, we can use that on all of our research buildings in order to get a little bit more done. In the meantime, we are just really biding our time until we can have more money and more research coming in. Also, the RC transport here is bringing in lots of metals and polymers as we speak. No polymers at the moment, but plenty of metal. And we still need them to do that because we don't have enough colonists working over here just yet in the metals extractor to ensure that we have a strong metals income. We could do a second metals extractor to bolster that, but we're not going to do that just yet. I'm looking at my... Yeah, I could bring down an entire new load of colonists to work over here. And that would help with our polymers and our metal production, I'm sure. Okay, so Dragon number 1 is already ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and send them back to Earth. That, of course, is sending a colonist back as well. We had an Earthsick gamer that was unhappy with their lack of gaming resources in the Nike number 1 dome. Of course, once we have saved up a few more electronics, one thing we can do is build our very first network node, which will kick off the mystery, which we selected for this particular playthrough, the AI mystery. You can definitely see the lichen kicking in surrounding our forestation plant here. We do need some seeds in order for it to continue working. So, hang on, I'm looking at this. Where do we mainly have seed production going? We have seed production happening here and here. I think ideally what we need to do is just have a seed depot. This is typically what I've done. Let's set that desired amount to 5. That way we can actually start moving seeds around as they are produced and have them right next to the forestation plant. All right, so hopefully that drone is going to get some seeds, because it seemed to spring to life pretty quickly after that order was given. Nope, they were just going to get food. Okay, well, that's going to kick on momentarily regardless. In just a few seconds, we are going to get a pretty nice boost of cash from Dragon number 1 returning to Earth. That cannot happen soon enough, to be completely frank with you. We could bring more middle-aged colonists down. We have 8 available. I'm going to go ahead and give that order, because we need people now. And we'll have them land here. They might have to get moved around, but that's fine. Again, we have shuttles to help with that now, so we just need production to increase across the board. We have a leak. Let's shut that down until it's been fixed.
Funding received.
Good. 690 million received. All right, so that got fixed. And there's that. All right, so with that additional funding, what we're going to do is outsource a little bit. I could outsource twice and still have some additional money in the bank. And we still have 301 million. And with the rocket that's about to come down, we can pile on more rare metals if we want. Although it's going to take a while to build up to the full 30 that we had a moment ago that we were able to just instantly load that rocket with. That's not going to happen again. So we're not going to be able to make money again that rapidly. But hopefully... My battery backup is making weird noises right now. Makes me wonder what's going on outside of my recording space. Somewhat isolated from the world in here when I'm recording. So if there's like a storm outside and I've got my earphones in, it's like I don't know if that's happening. And so sometimes my first indication that there's any kind of fluctuation with power is if I just hear a click at my feet when the battery... It's actually the surge protector that kicks in when it clicks. But anyway, I digress. Let's have these guys land here as well. I know I said that I want to have some passengers land at this dome, but I really just want to focus on bringing some down that might be able to help out with the Research Institute for reasons that we have discussed.
New colonists have arrived.
Now that rocket's going to load up pretty quickly. Now this one we can use for some expeditions. Excellent. Okay, so we did have some more people pile into the Hawking Institute. We're now producing 1.3K research per soul, partly due to the fact that we are outsourcing. But that would be, let's see, doing the math here. 598. I'm sorry, not 598. 1,000 exactly. I don't know why I was looking. 598 was just one of the numbers I was seeing. But anyway, it would be 1,000 research per soul exactly, which is a lot better than we were doing. And that's without any kind of resourcing or outsourcing at all. So very, very happy about that. We are 2/3 of the way, roughly, to our research boost, which will also, of course, be a big help when it occurs. Let's take a quick look at what kind of... Yeah, do not have the electronics for that. Definitely not. However, the SETI satellite, yeah, we don't have enough for that either. I don't have the electronics for these projects. We could do... we could capture some more meteors. That did not go well for us last time. But that would definitely help bring down more resources. If we were to roll the dice... I actually think I kind of want to do this. The other thing we could do is we could mess with India. Or we could recruit colonists from India. That would be a nice way to stab them in the back. I'll tell you what, let's go gank a few specialists from India. Oh, it needs 6 officers. Really? You didn't tell me that you needed officers to do it. You just said you could do it. Why would you lie to me like that? Yes, I want to cancel the expedition. Well, that's really disappointing. I got really excited for a second. Where does it say... Okay. Now it's not available for 9 souls. That's cute. And a crew of security officers. Okay, I just didn't read the fine print. All right, so we're going to need to bring down more officers to make that happen. Let's go ahead and say nothing for now. And I guess I will go ahead and give the order to capture some meteors. We just need to load up some fuel, but that's not difficult to do. So what's going to happen is you're going to see all of the drones start flying fuel between this resource pad and the others. Because the rocket's already fuel, but we need the additional fuel on top of that. We're seeing some of it being shuttled by drones, which is fine. I don't mind that. Now we're officially 2/3 of the way to research amplification. We have plenty of extra fuel to justify this. I'm just hoping that we don't have quite as disastrous of a strike as we did last time. I'm hoping it's like over on the opposite side of the map. That's why I say we're rolling the dice a little bit. Okay, seems like we have some metal here to gather. Yep, I can see it. Gather all and drop it over here. Still wish that you could zoom all the way out and zoom all the way back in. But the second you go to map view, as I've discussed, you are not able to continue giving those orders when you're trying to set up a transport route. Okay, so Phoenix number 2 is ready to go. They're going to launch. They're going to go capture some meteors, and we're going to cross our fingers hardcore. Let me tell you. We're going to hope that nothing goes horribly wrong. All right, 70% done. Also, we are at almost 15% atmosphere, and we're starting to see vegetation climb as well, very slowly. But you can see a nice patch of lichen starting there. Seeds-wise, we don't have enough to really justify... Yeah, we're producing as many seeds as we're consuming, so we don't have enough to really justify doing more than we're doing right here. But eventually we can place those elsewhere on the map in order to make like the entire area of our colony green. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We're not quite there yet. All right, Sector C3 scan had no resources of any kind. That doesn't surprise me. That was a cliffside scan. Let's go ahead and queue that up. We're almost done. Those are the last sectors that need to be scanned in the conventional sense. So deep scanning will need to kick in soon. And we need to find our deep deposits. We might be queuing that up relatively soon. All right, 3/4 of the way there, 75%. Very, very good. How many more colonists can I bring down? 9 as of right now. Screw it, let's do it. I know they're middle-aged, but we need people in large... we need people in copious amounts. I'm going to drop them here this time. That should help our electronics production and probably our polymers production as well. I'm pretty happy with the economy at present, but I want to make sure we have all of the people in place that we can. Okay, so this is going to take 1 soul and 17 hours. These guys are going to be here before you know it. They're already 50% of the way to Mars. No other anomalies to investigate. Hopefully we'll find a few more in here, but we'll see. The Capture Meteor Showers mission might generate some research anomalies too. Was another reason to go for that. And we're almost there. There it is. That beautiful 80%. So much is riding on getting research amplification in place. Of course, once we do that, we're still going to need the electronics to build the amplifiers. I think they cost electronics. It might cost polymers, but I'm fairly sure it's electronics. Building's not working. Okay, yeah, there's... The infirmary in the old folks' home is not being worked, but some of the middle-aged folks that land here might be able to help with that. We'll see. And we might actually, before long, we need to build another apartment. Or just additional living quarters, maybe here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. Let's do, no, not a living complex, just a living quarter. Much better. And we'll position it right. Yeah, there we go. That way we can have something in the center there. Why not go ahead and put a fountain. Small fountain, and we'll rotate its appearance, make it look like that. And you guys are ready to land, so let's have you land there. Let's see what happens to our electronics factory when they come down. Both our electronics and our metal production need some help here.
New colonists have arrived.
Okay, metal production did increase. Electronics did not, but I will take the metal increase. We need it. The infirmary is not yet being worked. Paradox was offering 320 food. I don't need that for 50 electronics. No, I'm not going to give you 50 electronics, Paradox. Sorry, I like you, but not that much. Okay, I saw that there was metal here. Oh, there it is. Staring me in the face. All right, so there's metal and metal. Hard to see amidst the ice. Load metals. Let's go all the way across the map. Gonna take a second, but it's okay. And we're gonna land you right... Where are you? There. So allowing middle-aged colonists has helped us grow a lot more quickly because we've biased our current filters toward the mysterious rocket. We'll have to see what this is. We've biased our current filters towards the younger colonists as the colony has gotten started, which makes a lot of sense to do, but it does also make sense to loosen that requirement as things go on. A mystery rocket has entered orbit and is signaling readiness to make touchdown. Communications with the rocket are purely on the machine level as attempts to establish contact with any potential crew has so far gone unanswered. As no one is making claim of ownership over the rocket and there are no visible insignia to identify its origin, we are in position to do as we wish. Just a word of caution, in these competitive times, trickery and acts of sabotage are not above anyone, even here on Mars. There may be helpless crew members on board. Land the rocket immediately. Observe the rocket for a sol or two and land it afterwards. Remember Homer's Iliad, we're not falling for the sole trick. Ignore it. Let's observe the rocket for a sol or two and land it afterwards. Let's do that. That seems like the most sensible of choices. Also, we are loading up this rocket with some rare electronics. Oh, nice. More water. Of course, there's water over the ice. That's not particularly surprising. But it's still good to see over there. We could eventually have a fairly sprawling colony on this map. I'm not necessarily sure how long the series is going to go once we have an established colony, because at some point, once you've terraformed the planet and you've built a colony, you're just it's a city builder essentially. You're playing to play. So we'll have to see what you guys are feeling like and what I'm feeling like as far as how far we'll take it. But we definitely want to terraform the planet, and we want to have a fully functioning colony, self-sustaining colony for sure. But this is the kind of map that, with these resources all over the place, you could have multiple locations. So far we have just the one, but we will certainly have more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch... No, we're not going to do that. But I'm going to launch Dragon number 1. Oh. Abort. Still have food on board? Really? Alright, well we need to get that food off, so we're going to let that rocket sit there until all the food's been taken off. And then we'll have it launched. So it might be able to load a bit more in the way of electronics. I didn't mean to have that thing loading electronics, but it's okay that it is. We do need a little bit more funding, so I'll take that. We are at 93% of the way. Very excited about that being done. Like I said, we will, of course, still have to build the upgrades once they happen, but the next technologies we have queued up are much smaller. Oh yeah, we definitely want to do general training. That's going to mean that the work penalty that's been giving us a hard time in some of our buildings is not going to be as much of an issue for us. Colonists without the proper specialization will get less penalized at jobs that they aren't good at. Because people are, well, generally trained. That's a pretty nice lichen patch growing back here. Interesting that it's so prolific in this location. And it's a bit more sparse everywhere else. But vegetation is the slowest growing of these categories. All right, so we have completed the meteor project. Let's see where it's landing. Okay, good. It's all the way over here. That's fantastic. Hopefully it doesn't migrate too much, but I freaking love that it's that far away. All right, it does look like now all the food's been taken off here. We're going to go ahead and give the order for this rocket to launch. The other rocket is on its way back. We have 1 sol and 13 hours remaining in this storm. Oh man, I love that it's over there. That's the perfect spot. Couldn't have been better placed. That worked out for us. We earned that with that last meteor shower before the series went on break. We definitely earned that. And here we go. Let's actually do general training next. Hang on. We need research amplification at the top of the queue, for sure. But then general training next.
Research complete.
Sweet. All right, so... selection bug is going to drive me nuts. Nice. Okay, it's polymer-based. This does increase our power consumption, but we have plenty of polymers, so I'll take it. Okay. So now we're going to be producing more research per soul, finally. And these next couple of projects should go a lot faster. Phoenix number 2, I will land you here. We might have more for you to do shortly. Very excited about that.
Resources are low.
If I haven't made that clear. We're going to need to slowly be bringing down more colonists to ensure that we do continue to have a lot of research production. But now that we're at Sol 110, it's about damn time we're producing research at a more rapid rate. Everything else has been going relatively smoothly. Somebody knock on some wood for me with this colony so far. And I would just like to keep it that way. Okay, so I don't have officers available, right? Let's see if we have officers now. All right, so we need 6 more souls before we can try that. We have 1 officer on this dome. 1 on that dome. 1 on that dome. So it looks like we have 3 officers in the colony altogether. Not that many officers. Gonna need to change that. Let's take a look at our passenger situation. We can bring down 9 more, including 1 officer. I will go ahead and give that order, because we have room for plenty. Look at the number of vacant residential slots. We can do so much more.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
What have we here? Okay, we have an unlock anomaly. Let's go get that done. Why do I suddenly have the 10th Doctor in my head? We could do so much more. So much more. I know. Tears. I'm sorry. It's upsetting. It is a painful scene, very well acted by David Tennant. So yeah. Let's see. 368 million. I could do a couple of things with that. Part of me wants to bolster our resource situation a little bit, but I don't know that I need to. How is that rare metals? Still 344. Looks like we've had some food stolen. Yeah, we're going to need officers eventually to deal with that. Now that we're allowing for middle-aged colonists, things are developing a little bit more quickly. New text available for research, holographic scanning, and localized terraforming. Localized terraforming is, of course, the geoscape dome. Pretty big deal there. Man, I can't wait to build the excavator that produces concrete directly from the Martian soil. Also, this is... It's actually... No, it's not the excavator. It's the mohole mine that I want to build. This is what just brings metals, rare metals, and waste rock up without a deposit, and it just does it ad nauseum. It's pretty freaking epic. Okay, so... I want to go ahead and get deep scanning queued up. I think I'll have it at the bottom of the queue. I'm all right with that, because we're going to be done with these projects relatively quickly. I might wait until our outsourcing goes away. Oh, it has gone away. We're just producing that much research per soul. I love it. In that case, yes, let's go ahead and outsource twice more. Very nice. I didn't even notice because as our outsourcing went away, the bonuses that we built into our research labs kicked in. Okay, what do we have here? The mysterious rocket is ready to land. Anyone else nervous? All right, dragon number 3. We're going to put you over here where you're not too close to anything incredibly vital. And see what happens. As a matter of fact, we're going to see what happens right at the beginning of the next episode because we're 26 minutes into this one. And I'm hoping that it's something good. There might be people on it. I don't know. The game is not saying what was happening after those 2 souls of observation, so I'm a little bit nervous. But we do have some additional colonists on the way down as well, so they're going to arrive very quickly at the beginning of the next episode. And we're going to keep growing our colony. I'm probably going to put some of them here again so that we can bolster the production on these buildings out here that I've been talking about. But yeah, things are generally looking up, and they're going to continue to as long as nothing goes disastrously wrong, which it's the surface of Mars, so you never quite know. But our meteor shower is still happening kind of over in this direction. We have 10 hours remaining in it, so it looks like we dodged a bullet there. And there's now lots of additional resources to pick up. So that's good news, at least. Pretty good progress, and more to come in the coming episodes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.